You already know the vibes. It's Nota Vibes, November 5th, 2022 by yours truly, Peter. And he's back. Welcome back, Ranger, and happy belated birthday. You already know the vibes. Everybody that tuned in last episode already knows the comeback of Nota Vibes, but y'all was questioning, where's Ranger? Where's Ranger? Well, he's back, and he comes back with answers. Welcome back, Ranger. How you doing? How you feeling, my guy?
I'm chilling. Welcome back. Thank you for having me.
Of course, bro.
Always appreciate you having me here. And we here again. You know what's up. We in here.
Like old times. You already know the vibe.
Finna run it back one more time, one more season.
So a recap of last week. Those that tuned in on Tag, now it's all out on YouTube, SoundCloud. It's at Nota Vibes. NOTAVIBES, Nota Vibes. Everybody that tuned in last week knows in episode 1, I was basically explaining in detail how like I separated from my friends, and one of the biggest friendships that I felt like hurt me the most was separating myself from Ranger. But you guys heard my perspective. Well, today, I want the raw truth. Pause. Basically, I want Ranger to honestly say his perspective, what he felt, what went through his mind, why Peter separated himself from our friendship, the podcast stopping for a whole year and a half. So now I want everybody basically to hear his perspective. I want him to be honest. If he got to curse me out right here, then we fucking getting cursed out. It's fine. Listen, at the end of the day, you cannot grow from any type of relationship, friendship, partnership. It doesn't matter if you guys are not true and honest with each other. Because he could be holding things in. You know, he's holding things in. And one day he burst out and I don't understand. Well, today he got the mic. Everybody eyes on him and hearing his perspective, Ranger. Listen, I want you to be honest, no hold back. It doesn't matter. I don't take anything offensive at all. At the end of the day, I know what I did. I separated myself. You guys, heard my point of view, episode 1, but this is your shine. This is your light now.
Damn, you put like the spotlight on me right away, bro.
Like that right now.
Light it up.
I got this. Let's go.
Yo, oh man. I don't really hold things in, bro, because that's really not my style. But I like to give everybody their space, And then I understood that you was in a certain way of life that didn't fit our friendship currently at that time. Get what I'm saying? You know me, I'm always down to help you, give you a hand by your side in anything. It don't matter. But I just felt like at that time, friends grow apart. I'm very, very mature. So like, to me, it's like everybody grows apart, like friendships grows apart, because it's happened in the past, I've just turned 27. So I got a long life I lived and experiences I lived, and I've grown out of a lot of friendships. So I understood like, maybe it's just one of those again, you feel me? And that's why I gave you your space, It's never nothing personal, The only thing I felt like that could have been better was communication. Because you could have told me like, yo, bro, I'm kind of like falling back in the podcast, Yeah. But that's really it, because I don't really like take grudges like that. To me, it's not that serious, If it's meant to be a long friendship, we're going to come around eventually, so it's there,
Now, everybody, I was streaming during the middle of the week, obviously, and everybody's, interested in hearing your perspective. And some of the questions or comments that I read is, did you ever felt betrayed in that time frame where I separated myself and you didn't see me like reach out or anything like that? Like,
Nah. I don't feel betrayed. It was just more like miscommunication, like I said, Because you didn't do anything that affected me, like where it was like harm to me.
Yeah.
So that's what I see betrayal is like. Let's say, for example, I'm messing with a girl and you go talk to her behind my back. Maybe something like that, that's betrayal, because you could have came to me like, yo, bro, this is going on. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't nothing like that. It was just like we fell off for a little bit or we grew apart, People grow apart, and that's fine, because people coming in a cycle, they coming in your life for certain spurts of time. There's certain people that came for a short time in your life but taught you a lesson. You get what I'm saying? But you don't speak to them today. So, it's just life. Life just works like that, You gotta expect the unexpected.
So basically, everybody also was wondering our first conversation back after what, a year?
It was like a year, a little bit over a year.
A little bit over a year. And everybody was wondering like who reached out, what was the conversation like, was it awkward, you know what I'm saying? And I remember like in my perspective, I remember even though like I said, I never reached out for maybe like about a year or so, I did feel, like I said, so bad that I disconnected from you per se, and especially like you said, the way I didn't communicate. So I remember I just grew some balls one day, and I said, let me hit up Ranger, let's hang out, let's catch up. And the main thing that stood in my mind still from that conversation was patience. You was basically trying to tell me, giving me advice, like in anything in life, period. Like whether you want to accomplish things in school or any goal that you want to accomplish, the main key is patience.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I did not have for myself personally, and also during the podcast last year, was I didn't have patience. I wanted this to blow up in 1 month and just see us in the, ranked number one episode podcast all around. And I think that was also with, combined with that with my mental health, that's when I had to separate myself.
But it's like I told you in that conversation about patience, bro. Nothing great happens over time. Like Jordan ain't get good just playing 3 days of basketball. You get what I'm saying? Kobe wasn't a great because he was in the gym all the time. So anything great that you're gonna do takes time. Like me per se, I've been doing music for a long time, and I still feel like I haven't hit my peak yet. So I still gotta put in that work every day. It's the same thing. You stay in what you like and put in that work, because great things don't happen over time. Nothing great happened over time. Jeff Bezos, when he started Amazon, I think 95, 96, I might be wrong, but when he started Amazon, it took time. It took over 20 years for it to be the industry it is today, the company it is today.
Yeah, so like that's exactly what I remember the conversation that you said is, or the lesson that I'm learning right now is patience. And I remember I remember this conversation like it happened yesterday, like I'm telling you, like I'm listening to you, and I'm also saying that's exactly what I need to apply to everything in life, and especially me getting hurt at work. There's nothing I can do but have patience to come back from the injury, to come back to work, to live basically a normal life. And you also made me apply that now to this podcast. Not only do I not want to let everybody else down, but most importantly, it's myself down. I want to accomplish this for me. I want to say, I not only started this, but I'm finishing this. I want to, like I said earlier, whoever was tuning in my stream earlier, pre-episode number 2, I was basically saying, like, who's interested in doing this merch? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to expand and everything, but with all those goals that I want to accomplish, at the end of the day, it comes down to patience, and, I remember having that conversation. I don't know if you felt some tension or anything, but I remember in my perspective, what I felt was like guilt. I felt embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could give you £1 and but I was just so embarrassed as a friend to even try to reconnect. And the fact that you reached out without hesitation, you were showing me love, like if we just had a conversation the day before.
Bro,
that meant a lot to me.
It's like at this point, like I already kind of, we've been friends for like what?
3 years,
3
4 years.
Like I already kind of, you also see patterns in people too. Like you got to learn how to read people. A lot of people get into a lot of messed up situations, whether it's relationships or relationships with their parents or with their friends, because they don't know how to read people. People shouldn't read people and know what they're about just by observing. So I already kind of know like how you move. So I was just like, bro, he's gonna talk to me one day. He's gonna talk to me one day eventually, bro. So it was cool. It was no tension. To me, it was no tension. It was like I'm having a conversation with my best friend that I haven't spoke to in 1 year and some change. Regular stuff, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
And then we're at different points in life, I just turned 27, you're already in your 30s,
Yeah.
So like we're at different points in life. We both trying to do different things, so there's gonna be times that I might be locked so much in what I'm doing that I might not be able to text you all the time or speak, and that's gonna happen because we adults and everybody got their shit to take care of,
Facts, bars. everybody, shout out to Tag tuning in live right now, watching the episode number 2 live. And everybody in the comments is saying basically, just shoot the 1D. We from the hood, you know what I'm saying? There's no hard feelings at the end. Whoever lose, whoever win. And then we move forward as a friendship, you know what I'm saying?
That's funny because we used to box together.
Oh shit, I thought he was gonna call me out right now. Honestly, if you think Peter could win this fight, press 1, Ranger press 2, you already know the vibes. But you know, no hard feelings. If you got, damn, that's crazy. Not everybody picking 2. Everybody got money on you. Everybody got money on you.
Toxic, man.
Listen, shout out to Tag. Everybody tuning in on Tag live right now. This is episode number 2. We back. You feel me? So one of the things, you know, I had a hard time was having topics to relate to this thing. And shout out to Don't Kiss and Tell. That's his name on Tag. Don't Kiss and Tell. He came up with 2 of the topics for us to speak about. Basically, what's next for us individually and as a podcast as a whole. So like, what are your goals individually? You know, where you see yourself, what are you striving for individually, and where do you see us also as a podcast together again?
Well, I'm an artist, first and foremost. So that's always gonna be like my main thing. I feel like that's my purpose. So I'm always gonna strive and chase for that no matter what the hell is going on in my life. And I have certain goals within that. I want platinum records. I want to be the first bilingual artist to really break in both sides of the industry, Spanish and English. So that's my main goal. Podcast-wise, I feel like personally, and I'm going to say it here, you could be the Joe Rogan of weed, bro. Like, you could be international, bro. You got what I'm saying? Like, running deals in Spotify, Apple, all that. But
thank you.
You know what? Yeah, but we just gotta focus and put in work, just like the music, you know. So as long as we working, I feel like we could accomplish a lot of things, you know.
And you always had a vision for me for some reason about the podcast being the Joe Rogan of weed. It's honestly humbling that you can say that about me, you know, and I appreciate that. For me personally, you know, individually, you know, I'm going through an injury, and that's one of the main focuses that I'm trying to get through. I was hurt. For those that don't know about my situation, basically I got hurt at work in April, the day before 420. Fucking crazy. I couldn't even smoke on 420. And, you know, I've been hurt ever since, and, you know, I'm trying to recover, trying to get back in a normal life. But my vision for the podcast, honestly, like, I want you to slowly, you know, I know you got your own music, you know, your own industry you have to work on, and, you know, I'm a big supporter of that. You feel me? I'm a big fan of his, not because
Day one,
because anything. I really like his music, but I really want you to, you know, assist with the co-hosting as much as you can, because honestly, like we the duo. You feel me? Michael, you feel me? We Michael and Pippin and all that. You feel me? Like at the end of the day, people fucked with us last year in the episode, and this year, like with my mindset a little bit better, I feel like you're right. We could be the Joe Rogans of the Weed podcast, and we could be international and everything. And I have a high vision of you in music as well. You know, I really do am a big fan of him and his music in English and Spanish. You know what? After this episode, we gonna listen to a little bit of his music, not everything. And you know, you guys tune in, give your honest opinion. 12, not too much. Shout out to 12. He's one of the most honest people on Tag. If you don't want your feelings hurt, don't speak to 12. Do not download Tag and speak to 12, because you might get your feelings hurt. Now, I wanna. This is deeper than everything. In your perspective, what's the value of friendship?
Oh, damn. That's a crazy question, because I don't have too many friends. I don't have too many people I call friends. I have a brother, which I'm real close to. And friends that I consider friends, I could count them with my fingers. I got like 3. So, like, to me, I'm very careful because I have trust issues. So yeah. I don't trust everybody. So I'm very observant. I'm very aware of how people move. So I don't really have friends that deep like that. But there's value in great friendships that you could cherish and keep around. There's people that are very good people. You know what I'm saying? And it's about trusting, but it's also understanding that there's gonna be a little bit of distance, there's gonna be a little bit of friction.
Yeah.
There's gonna be things that you might not wanna do, but because your friendship is so deep with someone, you're gonna get into some bullshit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
A lot of that has to do with it. The value of a friendship is very strong if you know how to keep them and cherish them. You know you're gonna have somebody in your corner that's gonna support you, you know? I feel like even when it comes to relationship and dating, you should be friends first. You get what I'm saying? Before you guys get into the deep shit, because you know somebody, you know what I'm saying? And whether it works out or not, you still have a friend. You get what I'm saying? If you're mature about it.
I respect that. You know, I feel like a lot of people here could relate here on Tag. A lot of people speak about becoming friends first before any relationship. You know, you guys need to like know each other, value each other, go through a lot of hardships too. Because at the end of the day, it takes hard experience with that friend to see if they are a true friend.
Yeah.
You know, during those hard times. Because anybody could be there when you on top. But what happens to the friendship when you down?
Yeah.
When you're not going through shit. I remember when I mentioned my injury to you, you was the first one to basically say, take care of yourself. You feel me? You wasn't just there for me when I was on top, when we was doing the gym, UFC, you know, we was outside, we was lit together at top at the end of the day, but you was still for me, you was there for me, hurt, you feel me, when I was going through my depressing modes and everything, you know, and I really appreciate that, you know, like, and that's why I felt so fucking bad when I separated myself from you. But like I explained last week, is that I felt like I was too toxic mentally to be around those people that I loved.
Nah, and I understand you, bro. I understand you 100%. That's why I believe in giving people their space, bro. You know me, I always said that, like, bro, if you need your space, you need your space, bro. You gotta sometimes sit down and get to know yourself and assess about the situation. You get what I'm saying? Whatever you're going through. So it's like that, because I like my space. You get what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
Like, I'm talking about a personal perspective. Like, I like my space. I like to be left alone a little bit.
I know, so, and talking about personal perspective. Wow, I'm smacked. Hey, yo, I'm fucking dusted right now. Yeah, we fucking lit. We trying our best to stay professional, keep our eyes open, all that. I'm fucking high right now, but you know, it's not that fucking vibes. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's everybody's different perspective because. You know, I lost a female best friend. You feel me? Like we both know her, Frenchie. Those that knew last year about our episodes, you know, Francesca. She is my female best friend. That you know, she don't understand space. You know, she probably takes that a little bit more personal than Ranger does. And one of my goals is, to be honest, is to reach out back to her. And bring her back in the episode, and maybe she might curse me out and her perspective of what she thought of my separation from my friendship.
Go tweak
you know,
in here.
So for sure, you know, one of my goals is to definitely introduce you guys to my female best friend. Hopefully, she is listening, tuning in. You know, those that know us from last year, she was part of the. She was one of the only guests that we had in season 1 of Nota Vibes. So with that being said, preview to episode number 3. You know what? Forget that. Before we even go there, it's fucking Ranger's birthday podcast stream today. Happy birthday to Ranger. Happy belated birthday to Ranger. He turned 27. 27. Yeah. You know, he turned 27 and we outside today. We outside the Patron.
No, Patron, bro.
Patron, Douce, make you feel me? Douce, Henny. That's all for you right there. Shout out to Tag. Shout out to everybody in here.
Tag.
Shout out to Tag. Listen, if you don't got Tag, download it. Everybody that got Tag, tune in. Tell your friends about it, your family members, everybody, your dog, your cat. Download Tag. They could see the stream, the podcast episode live. If not, we on YouTube. SoundCloud.
We're going to be in Spotify, Apple Music soon, Apple Podcasts. We're going to be everywhere real soon. We're working on that, so stay tuned. We have a lot of content. We have a lot of things for y'all.
Yeah, so one of the last things I have to say about this now, we wrapping up the episode, is that we coming up with the idea of the merch. So the more ideas we get, you guys can definitely hit up our IG if y'all want any ideas, any suggestions that you guys have. At Nota Vibes, NOTAVIBES, Nota Vibes. You could DM us anything, any ideas for the merch, any topics you guys want us to discuss next week or any episode period. But to wrap it up now, I appreciate everybody that tuned in live. Thank you for the faith. Thank you everybody that tuned in on tag. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for the love. Happy birthday, Ranger. Welcome back, Ranger. Hopefully this is not your first and last episode in season 2. Thank you, everybody. We're gonna end with a little, Bible verse, because at the end of the day, like I said, I look like a pastor right now. Those tuning in tag, I'm Pastor Patron, Papi. You already know the vibes. Everybody, prayer of hands, please. Everybody, respect this time. Almighty God, I pledge my allegiance to you. You alone are ruler and king. But because you call me to honor my government, because you have so richly blessed me to be in a land such as this, because you have lavished your grace on me so richly, I commit to live today in a way that honors my allegiance to you, my citizenship in my country, and my respect towards those whom I meet this day. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Everybody, you already know the vibes. It's Nota Vibes, November 5th. Oh, shit, I'm fucking smacked. We outside. This is why I said download tag, because you can see the fucking mistakes and everything. We outside. Shout out to everybody. We about to get lit right now. Everybody, box party. You already know the vibes.